Hello everyone, this is your Curia Fantastic Worlds, letting you know that visiting hours for Hush House are now open. Welcome back to Book of Hours in Lovecraft Country. Okay, so I just noticed that yes, we've hit the 5-0 mark for episodes, and we're nearly a year onto this project, and you're beginning to see in real time what I meant when it took me 60 to 100 hours to master Cultist Simulator before I even started it, because I've been getting to that point of, I think, competence that I've been seeking since the beginning. Getting to get an idea of what's happening. In any case, here we go, coming on the end of the first year, and let's see what it has to show us. And we are back. And yes, remember, we just got a whole bunch of extra soul fragments, as it were, because we got Trist normally, and we got Whist for finishing off all of the busts properly. So we got it first try too, which I thought was impressive. But then most of this is just having to take a close look. But we're kind of in a weird place, as you notice that we're a little short on our memories down here, the persistent ones. So we need to start working on returning those. And honestly, the third shaft is probably a good idea in the near future. But for the moment, let's deal with the more conventional methods. Now, we need to grab one of our knock books. Let's take just verse and throw in here, because we're going to be using that plus one of our course special squeeze-its in order to be able to generate a new Curious Hunch, because you require memory to do so. We might as well just use a memory that, we can use. Now, and that's happening, we also have to think about replenishing our pairs. So it took two of our pairs to be able to create one of the calcinate, the malachite calcinate, the one that produces 6 nectar. So we need to get our 4 nectar to forge pairs back. And yes, I'm starting to memorize things by their association of aspects, because that's kind of where my mind has to be at this moment. Now, in order to do so, we're going to need wood, and you're going to notice something a little problematic, because we only got 2 pieces of wood left. But what we can do is just grab the 3-pointer, although I'm giving up the good stuff for this. Could probably do this with a 2-pointer. If we come down here and grab those bowls, which give us an additional nectar, 3, then we take the rain. Then we take the appropriate skill, which is going to be, let's see, leaves and thorns. Throw in one of our health for the extra nectar, and there we go. We got it right there. In fact, if we wanted to, we could probably not use health and use one of the less important ones, although I'm not quite sure. What do we got here? Yeah, it's going to have to be health or chore. Chore is more valuable elsewhere, so let's just, let's do some pairs. Now, the funny thing is that I could do it twice if I wanted to, grab the other piece of wood, but I hate being short on wood because we need it for multiple things. So we need to go collecting for wood. There are 2 places for that. And we're going to use Fet here. This plus take a walk in the woods with rites of the roots. Now they can't actually do that. All right, we'll use this one. Hopefully we'll find some wood. And the other possibility, of course, is driftwood. It's not as good, but I can still work with it, and it's still considered wood. So yeah, I'll grab one of our Trist. So we got 1 Trist still in reserve, which is why we're not. And also with sea stories, and I have thoughts regarding stories. I'll tell you that in a moment. Now, with all that happening, we obviously have to also figure out where we're going to be using our door and wall. If I recall properly, we'll be using it for men's gates. So we're going to need forge and an edge memory. Okay, we know regret is a good one for that. So let's pop in here, grab that one, we grab this one for the forge skill, and then we start moving forward. Now, what we can do is we can grab our newest, use that for this, and boom, use Solomon's desk here. And last thing, we'll take our low-level Faust to our favorite reading room. And yeah, we'll throw that in. That'll give us regret, so we'll be able to increase that as long as we have 1 metal. Now, speaking of which, we've got to use one of those 2 metal for our daily grind. Yeah, let's go do some work. Because, of course, despite being, in a multi-million-dollar mansion here, working out for them, we don't make enough to make the ends meet. Because, of course, we don't. Not bitter at all. Okay, so now the other gathering. First of all, of course, we need the universal water. Run. There we go. And do we want to do the gull colony? We haven't fully gone through that yet. My problem being is that I'd have to use a health for that, and I'm not sure I want to. Though we don't have to do this every day, obviously. Now, I think... Let's see, I want to check something, see if I remember to do that or not. No, we're going to need... I'm going to need to use that wax soon, so we're going to keep diving into the beeswax. I'm about to make a special candle today or tomorrow for our good friend Timothy. I have ideas, because I always have ideas. See if we can grab it or just get more honey. Now, let's talk about some fun. Now, one of the things I realized, sometimes it's important for the high tier 3 objects, which workbench you use. Now, what I'm thinking is that sky stories would be important to use for, there you go, also sights and sensations later, I think. No, that's not stars, it's something else. Looks like a rock ship and stars, or maybe it is, I don't know. Really hard sometimes to tell, but Faust and Faust. We'll notice we only have wistful air, for example. What we need is it tells us use an instrument to raise it to a greater music. And the great thing is, we've got Tool over here. And Tool allows us to use an instrument because we have Kitty Marzine's flute, or a replica anyways. Okay, so that gives us 9. So if we need to basically toss in something else. Let's grab... Oh, right, since we can use a lens, also for the other one, we can actually grab... Let's see what it is. Grab one of our handy-dandy... There you go, Ascended Harmony, not surprised whatsoever. And you all know, of course, we'll take a look, it's 11. We want to use the tier 2 for a skill to see if it'll give us the tier 3. And it does. Secure a Wind's Promise from the Sky. Wait, Wind in Waiting, Sky Stories plus Keeper level plus Mars. It's not the Ascendant Harmony, it's her life. Okay, well that's cool. Not quite what I expected it was going to be, but you know what? I'm happy. You see, the thing is, some of you out there probably don't know what synchronicity is. Okay, but there's actually, when something happens that events seem connected but have no causal reaction in the material world. Jung came up with the concept, and he explained it this way. This is the way he did it. He once had a patient who was dreaming of a butterfly. So the patient comes over to talk to him about his dream. So at the same time that he's discussing a butterfly, there's a rattling at the window, and they look to the window, and there's a large butterfly banging against the window. So you have 3 causal events there, non-causal events there, that happen to involve butterflies: the dream, the conversation, and the butterfly itself. And Jung said that you cannot find a material reason for this, but if you keep looking, you will find non-causal relationships like this. This is sort of like what has been known as the information level beneath reality, where things flow, so to speak, for lack of a word. And that flow is known as synchronicity. Now, there's also synchronicitous magic. What this means is that you literally come up with the goal and focus on it to the point where the events to make that goal, if it's possible, because you can't make an impossible goal, happen, will simply fall into place. Like, for example, I wanted to know what the tier 3 Sky Stories was, and I assumed it was Ascendant Harmony. But I assumed that Sky Stories would be linked to Telescope. Neither one of those causal relationships produced my result, but just happened to require putting in Kitty's 5. So, yeah, that's a type of magic that's quite impressive. If you can focus your goal, you will get to, and it's possible to get to that goal. It will draw you to there. It won't happen magically. You'll have to manually do everything in the way, but it opens up the path for you to move to. This is what Neil Gaiman, the writer, I know he's in trouble now, but he was better once before. Neil Gaiman wrote called The Synchronicitous Highway. Or I just call it the Synchronicitous Path, or sometimes River, because it seems like it more flows than it does just stands there. Anyways, let's see what the hell Wind in Waiting is with all that. Okay, so yeah, that happened. And we got 4 more remaining. Okay, so here's the deal. When I get the memory, I'll be able to use a shaft plus this plus the memory to be able to produce that. We'll also need a metal in order to increase our skill. These 2 are already taken care of, which is 2 in reserve, which is what I will currently chill with for the moment. Now we've got 2 that are still ongoing. And by. Okay, sorry about that. I have to keep the phone on, unfortunately. The real life is demanding. So yeah. So we're going to hold these in reserve for a moment and hold these for when we need them. And then continue on our way. Still waiting, I think, on the mail. But, the question is, can we actually get any of our other... Oh, we can. Actually, we can. I just thought of that. Let's grab, DRQ. Need to find a... Yep, we can use this one, because Whist has light attached to it. And boom. It's knowledge. We'll get back our persistent earth sign memory. Alright. Let's go. Oh. I just had an idea. I don't know if I can pull it off now, but yeah, the first things first, we grab the bottle that we produced here. We stayed up too late doing this. Why it's kind of exhausted, which means, however, we can just toss this in here because the inn is currently being used. Now, of course, we'll need to replace that water. If we can, we might be dry, far dry. So we're going to have to wait on the water supply to renew itself. Meanwhile, I just realized something. Okay, somebody suggested that the tortoise might produce an old memory, which is a 4-point earth memory. Why is that important? Well, first of all, we have a 4-point earth ink over here, which I'm really going to have to invest in at some point to figure out how to mass produce this. But we also have 4-point skill. We have a 4-point earth skill. Yeah, Cure Prisoner's Record is a 12. Not only that, it is Hill and Hollow. Hill and Hollow lessons are going to produce both moon and earth. And you remember, we're looking for a couple of earth lessons. Fur and feathers, or possibly, where is it? The 2-pointer down here I was considering. Sand stories would do it too. That one's too easy to get. Okay, so, right, I have an idea at some point. I have many ideas. The problem is they crowd each other. Yeah, we'll have the 2 lessons will not go askew. Trust me on that one. But yeah, I'm thinking, we can do that at any time. Should we do it now? I mean, I'd have to find a, right now I'd have to find a workbench that takes both earth and... I don't think I've got that. I mean, this is a possibility, but nope. One of these I think would do it. Yeah, something I should probably check. We'll keep that in mind for next run at the moment. Or, suddenly... Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh boy. It's a weird combination here, but I have plans. I have so many plans. Because Trist would actually... Anyways, sorry, thoughts. Yeah, I don't think we can do it right now, but we will be able to do it tomorrow, I think. We'll be able to get that book open and deal with the lesson. Meanwhile, let's continue. Let's get the Squeeze It back in place. I know I'm switching back between Squeeze It and Juice Box, but I will get there, I promise. Alright, it's not like those are going to last there for that long anyways. Also, we're going to have to replace our Ascended Harmony. Not that hard once we get the other thing back. We may have to wait till tomorrow at the rate we're going. Let's see what there. 30 seconds. God, I need to be able to regenerate. And this one's not going to be where in time. So many things. Right. There's the other one. Alright, Shaft is definitely going to be the one that we regenerate when we get the inn back. Alright. Again, more ampules. God, we went kind of crazy with that, especially with the tea. And God, I've ordered 4 more of those teas. That's 8 ampules total. I'm sure we'll burn through them. We need more copper wire. We definitely need more copper wire. We're going to be using this stuff. Crazy. So many things. Pause. Here's our first minute. Alright, the 6 is here, which means we can immediately take the shaft. Start and compense it. There you go. Every pattern. Excellent. I need that. Foresight. And may regret. And memory earth sign. Excellent. Alright, so first things first, grab. Deep breath. I forget which one. is. Pretty important one too, so from my point of view. And there's the effort. It'll do it. Clear? We're not reading quite as crazily. We're doing more alchemy than crazy reading. But memory pattern. What we need is over here. Mapped. Memory pattern. U. And perimeter. Curious hunch. Engaged. Now let's see. It's all that's left is the road. And yeah, probably we're down a sign as well. Now I can actually work with that. I think. Either. I have a crazy idea. Extraordinarily crazy. See if I can actually do it. Yep. Renarium. Love that sound. Key the door to nowhere. We can create a salt sign out of it. Because we've got Moth for the Tryst, and we've got 5 salt sign in the skill itself. So boom. Yes, we're using Rowena's dead boyfriend's soul for that. So nobody tell her, okay? I think we get into trouble. No regrets, people. Remember, never any regrets. Oh, we can actually get that one in. Cool. Less crowded then. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Deep breath. Alright, so 6 seconds. We'll have a skill back in a bit. And... there we go. 5. No. Pause. Back there. And then level 3. So we can begin experimenting with that one. More quartz. Okay, we'll live with it. Sardines are good, actually. It's the second one we need. There's the pears. The water. And last but not least, just honey. It's not just honey. Honey's good, but it's honey. Actually, we can use that for a bunch of stuff. I'm thinking. We'll get there. Alright, so another honey. And let's get the water rolling, at least. Alright then. Arrows go back into place. We need a second one eventually. But we can use Earth Sign for that. Ooh, yeah. Alright, so we need to get organized here. The meat counter here is getting locked up. Mysterious. Material. Real problems. Too much stuff. Alright, so yeah. And the quartz can go so really. And we are running out of room. Stuff. 2 storerooms, we're starting to overload. Okay, so. Okay then. That was hectic. Now. Do we have... no, both still running, but the bed will be done to decide which one we're doing there. What do we got here? We can either A, grab more water, which is a pretty safe fallback, or we can... both shops are engaged. We can't regenerate though. We can regenerate the whist, however, and generate another. Let me think though. If we regenerate fat, that's 2 plus salt time. We can probably... skill, so it's 2, 5. Yeah, hang on a second. 2, 5, 2, and 1, I think, for tea. Work. We'll give it a whirl, but we can always use it for something while it fails. Go. Okay. Primary's online. Let's get this place. Speaking of which, actually just hold it. We're gonna need it in a second, literally. Alright then, Tryst. Anything else I want to try? Yeah, let's the other Tryst. Up the Fet. There we go. Might be able to work with this, might not. Can't tell. Worst comes to worst, we'll open a package. Alright, so... yeah. Done. Okay, we probably falling behind. Yeah, definitely. Next regen will have to be chore, or yeah, chore or health. Depends on what we can get. Sorry, I'm wandering off again mentally. Yeah. With Trist, do we want to? Yeah, I would want to check something. Yeah, I don't think we have the right type of tea anymore. No, we do not. The Veiled Goddess. Oh well. We have to wait on the supply to order to use it that way, so yeah. Thinking. Sorry. Mentally going elsewhere. Wind and waiting. When the sun was redder, when the world was softer, and the 30 ruled the sky, the winds were better neighbors. Basically, the Age of Stone. 3 moth, 3 scale, 6 sky. Wow, sky's insane. Evolved by a bosk or birdsong. Memory, persistent, and 3 grail. That is massive. And we're going to regenerate the Fost next because we get the Ascended Harmony. Salt sign. Thank you, dead brother. I think it's him saying you're welcome. Yeah, let's grab health, actually. Put that in place. There you go. Now, shaft relined. What's next? Give us eyes, give us eyes. I think I know what we're doing next. Let's grab the metal wire. See if we can pull this off. Might need Curious Hunch to do this, however. I think it's the clockwork one. Don't quote me on that one. It's Gerbanite and Cronus Cord. No, it's the other one. Okay, so we need wire. Doesn't unfortunately produce anything for us. But then we need memory and fuel. We need to generate another 6. So we have to wait for Curious Hunch to do that. And then regenerate Curious Hunch. Okay, so we can wait. Speaking of that waiting, though, what are we going to do with the Trist? We're going to go for Driftwood again? Not the best, probably, use of it. We don't need to grit anymore. You know, juice, squeeze it at the moment. Yeah. Yes. Well, we should probably open a box. Don't want to get too far behind. Going, the bed is going as well. Let's hit it. Sorry, wandering off. Speaking wise, let me check the sound balance to make sure. Yeah, it seemed to be decibels over what the background music is being recorded at, so hopefully that will be more than enough. Also getting that gravelly thing I do every now and then. Let's get the salt sign back in place. Size, so many things. I mean, I haven't even touched Sky Story's other chain of recipes. Alright, so what do we got? I mean, the rose one. Really should... Well, I'm getting a rose back. We can probably give that a whirl. But first... we have something to do here. Not sure the glass blowing is the one that gives us metal. But hey, whatever. As long as it works. Now we need, of course, to get back our Curious Hunch again. That thing is too useful. Alright, so... Oh shit, I haven't placed the order yet. No wonder I'm still freaking waiting on it. It's silly me. Silly, 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 silly. It should be a lot of change. I'm not sure how much. The old British system. I find it confusing and arcane. 10 shillings. Jesus, we spent a lot. That was a lot for wire and tea. I'm gonna have to spend more time working. It's just all there is to it. God, we're gonna have to get another job. My freaking tea habit. Gonna finish me. God, the addiction. Nobody speaks about the real problem with the British. It's not their teeth. It's not their politics. It's the fact they're all addicted to tea. They took over subcontinents as a result. Good night. Okay. That happened. I mean, I'm not going to say no to it, but a lot. This stuff would just be, first of all, that would actually wash up on the shore as it is, in fact, metal. I don't think that would dense unless this stuff is really small. Okay, so what do we need now? Oh god, I'm half tempted to work it, but let's do this. Okay, so when that's going on, another possibility is we do... No. We do another health. Why? Because we're going to come back and we're gonna get another 4 net by coming back and working again, which we should be able to do. All right then. Give us eyes. Give us eyes. Give us no more eyes. Sorry, Bloodborne had a lore dive into there. God, I get up in every couple of years and I just get weirded out. It's one of the best Lovecraftian tales ever told. Now, Sky Stories. What we need, of course, is we'll use the sanest choice here. Grab. Where is it? Where is it? I just had you. Sky Stories. Infet. Confounding Parable. Scholarship for another memory I can conceive an insight. Do I have a memory that'll fit in here? I do, but it's not the right one. I would need to be able to put in another 5. I can put in 2 here. Okay, so that's 2 here. Oh, it's not an omen? I thought it was an omen. Okay, cool. Alright, so logically we should probably... Okay. Here's my... People, work with me. Let's use the actual Saner Shrine for this, shall we? Okay, so first things first, Sky Stories, put in Fet. Now, you need to be able to put in the sign. Do that here. That's 7. Now, can we actually produce another 3 somehow? The correlate. Hang on a second. Let's get rid of this. Is there this stuff? We'll fit there. And that's 9. All we need is 1 memory. Oh, I hate it when I do this to myself, but we don't have a memory with... Oh, so close. So freaking close. I need a memory. Or a 3-pointer. Well, we know what we're doing tomorrow. Meantime, we will do what I promised we're going to do before. If I couldn't figure out anything else to do with it, we'll just do that. Actually, wait, don't have the bed in operation. This is the last chance we have for something quick. It's not quick, but it would make sense to do this and try to get our Ascendant Harmony back. Pretty easy. Don't even need a memory. Oh boy. Good Lord. Ooh. I have thoughts. I know what I'm doing with this. I can't do it with Ascended Harmony. We'll see about that. I'm going to use it to evolve Birdsong and combine 2 of our Tryst to be able to get a 2-point moon, which is going to be really help us with getting some of these recipes done. So a lot of them have moon attached to them. So that's going to be a thing. Oh boy. It's now dusk, which means you have to be careful about what we're doing at this point. Let me get some water and see if I can clear that damn frog in my throat. Okay, so what do we got now? Alright, we've got the wire. Good. We're good for here for a bit. Oh, But we turn around and we put that back in. Manual labor. There you go, baby. That's right. We now have a third job. To help pay for our tea habit. God damn it. Tea addiction's out of control. Of course it did. Package within a package. Why wouldn't it be a package within a package? Label smeared to unreadable fog. We'll get there. Sigh. Anyways, cleaning up a bit. Not a lot left at this point. Just waiting on the bed to return. And then when that's done, we'll get Ascended Harmony up and running, and then I'm going to have like 3 sky skills. It's ridiculous. Get that back in place. Alright, don't we have to actually... Yeah, we're down another one, aren't we? We just used another one. Another one. Do 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 do. So much water. So much water we go through in a day. Staying hydrated. Harder than you think. What we got? Lost. Alright, so we know what to do down here. Okay. 6. Though you are so valuable to me. So valuable. Send in Harmony. Boom. Oh god, I love getting that thing. And that was a complete accident again. It was synchronicity magic. That's what I'm going to say. That's some story and I'm sticking to it. You know? You know? You know? Okay. A little bit of power madness going on here. Some more water will help, I'm sure. Baron Silence. That's his name. deWolf used his armory, a spherical astrolabe, in his calculations, but it's much older than he was. God, that thing is old. Okay, just... Not back to 3 pounds yet, but hey, we'll get there. But yes, our tea habit is kicking our ass. Do they have it on tea anonymous in Britain, or is it just considered to be a point of national pride to be addicted to tea? I know I'm playing with stereotypes, but I've been playing with stereotypes with all people at this point, so yeah. That was my squeeze it box, but I'm not taking in Nox Toxin, I swear. Okay, so what do we got? We're not going to get our Ascended Harmony back, unfortunately, but yay, we've got the bed and water for that, and it's sunny. Oh boy. Yep. 19 seconds short, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, we've got enough. But while we're here, I want to see if that's possible. So what we need is I'm curious about this. I haven't done this, tried this before. So just before we bow out for the next day, toss in this one because it's got bird song, evolution. Yep. It doesn't work. Not. This evolves by a bird song. Does it? Hang on a second. I thought. Yeah, there it is. Birdsong to evolve my soul. When you committed a skill to the birdsong wisdom, you can use that skill to combine 2 identical cards, but you must use a skill tuned to the wisdom. It isn't going to work, unfortunately, because I didn't think that one through and used the one Sabazine, which is not going to work. Ooh, could be in trouble. But I thought this would work. Do we have to put it in there? No, doesn't work. I gotta figure out how this works. Skill with this to combine 2 identical soul cards into a greater one. Skill you've attuned to that wisdom, and attunement only work once. And this isn't going to work. Alright, we'll figure it out. Can't possibly have screwed myself completely over. It's too nice of a game for that. Any case, I'm going to do some thinking. I'll be back. And we are back. Okay, so lots of things planned for today. First of all, of course, we are still short on wood, which means we need to go to the 2 places that we can possibly get wood from. One tryst here, and sea stories. Per usual, until of course we decide to, you know, go through sea stories and see how many things it has alchemically. That has a small chance of giving us driftwood, And this has a slightly higher chance, excuse me, of giving us, good lord, why am I burping so much? Right, of giving us regular wood. Okay, that's over with. Now, any other gathering we need to do, of course, besides our usual water, because we are always behind on water. There you go. Okay, so now what? So first of all, we should probably get Moon Egg up and running, because we're going to need that in order to get our Enduring Reflection, which is yet another one of our issues. Actually, you know what we can do? Just put it here, and then it'll automatically go back to the shelf when we go back to the shelf when we finish with it. Now, what else? Now, we need to get Enduring Reflection back, so we'll need FET, but I have an idea about that. See, I need to figure out where I can put one of these. I mean, it's a straight up mark. There's only so many places a mark will go. Like, for example, here. But the problem is to put the mark there, we need a one pointer here. And there's not a lot of things that go there. I mean, do we have rose paint? I think, yeah. That's pink paint. Red paint. Yep, that'll work. Can't really replace it, but we're not really using it for anything. So, yeah, that'll work until we figure out something else or increase our rose by another level. And speaking of increasing, we want to do some experimentations. I want to see, I don't have this one quite up yet, but I want to see what happens if, alright, plastic garden dummy, we can throw in Inks of Power, we can throw in Salt Sign, good to know. But I also wanted to know, put the wrong one by accident. We wanted, this one's going to be if we have Earth Sign. Derived. Oh, that is an ink we have to replace. That is true. Let's knock it out. Okay, well that's done. Also, we need to do our work for the day. I think I can throw in the low-level whist for that too. Would be good use for it. Yep, help with letters. There we go. Alright. Something for the new people to do. Anyways, we still need to get Moon Egg up and running before we can go any further, and we're waiting on this over here. And let's see, what other stuff can we work with? Something with either lantern. I think we already got all the lantern for oral. Let's find out. That's not the right one. This'll do. And yeah, the other faucet is busy at the moment. Xanathoc Essence, that's right. And probably it's got that ink thing, but Torg's Cleanliness. What does that do anyways? Just actually curious. I need... Yeah, can't do anything with that yet. But yeah, doing it with... Well, we can put the Xanathoc Essence in and see if we're right. There's that. Throw in the essence. Speaking of which, we may have to use both of those metals for converting one of these into... Get that up there. Alright, so cool. Xanathoc Essence, and we need to put 2 more in here. Oh, you got... Oops. Ooh. Actually... No, it's not Xanathoc Essence that blunt locks this. Ooh, what tier 2 else do we have? For lantern. We the oral stuff in? Because I don't think actually that would work, because it would be low. That, for example. You would need another point in here. We can try this out later, but anything else that's not... I think it's a revelation. Hang on. Ichor Vigilus. But what happens if we put the Ichor Vigilus in? There. Put in. Funny here. And then... 3 more. With a substance for 3? Don't think so. Fortunately. I mean, this would work, but... Oh, that wouldn't work. Curious what happens if we put that in. Reflugen. Inky Revelation and Apprentice level creates a reflugen as glass. Okay, we don't need that. Put that back in place. I just want... Oops. Drugs cleaning. Okay, so it'd be a memory aspect. That would be just old memory. Okay, speaking of which, let's get back to our, well, previous plan. There's only 3 here, so yeah, let's grab the tortoise. I think we can get you... Anyways. Definitely in a mood. Alright. Let's see if that does produce old memory, as I think it will. We got parabate being replaced over there, so that's going to work. So we're going to have that pretty much done. Alright, so let's get this back in. Curious. Would... Huh. The oral would work as a pigment, actually. Huh. In the future, we can use oral. We can use a memory. That's 4, 5, 6... It's 11. We don't actually need the whole thing. Sorry, mentally thinking to myself. Anyways, more gathering. We'll need FET. We're going to need... Ah, here it is. That's what I was thinking of. Grab one of these. Since we now have this is now worth something. Let's grab this one. This is actually kind of fun. 2 metal. And I think this is one of those. Oraclum. I think so. Bitter black. No. 9. I'm short 1. The other one. 4.0. No, that produces fire. Okay. Sorry, experimentation being done. Investigate. There it is, iodic essence. There we go. We can use 2 metal. We can convert. Since this has 2 forge and it's considered a pigment, it can be used by this with Meniscate, which we just increased to be able to do it with, to produce an iodic. So let's do that. So therefore, we can produce another ink with this one. Well, when we have the opportunity to do so, we still have other things rolling at the moment. Speaking of which... Alright, so we gotta ask ourselves... And we know this one. Okay, Cronus Cord. We need to be able to put the Gerbenite in. Where is it? Gerbenite. And then we need a liquid. We can always use... Oh, we got 10 now? That makes things a bit interesting because we can use... We're not using it all the time. Bonus cord. Okay, so that would do it, actually. Now, I could easily put a memory in there to make it something else, but yeah, actually it would make a lot more sense if we just got a memory. Speaking of which, we have to get a bunch of them. All right, so let's see, just verse. All right, there's just verse. And where is a E? All right. So for that to happen, we're going to need... always more reading to do. I'm not complaining, mind you. It's just something we do. And of course... Die. Oh, yeah. Something we could do here. We're going to be using up one of the fast finger toxins for this, probably. Let's get this knocked out. This one. Boom. Scented Harmony. Boom. Which means we immediately take Frost +1 because we're going to need it shortly. And store it with some water. And boom. While that's going on, let's pour us another one over here. There you go. Pause. What? Get that into place. Alright, there we go. More water. Other things happening as well, but we'll get to them. That's going to be necessary. Shop's going to be necessary. Trist is the wild card. And speaking of wild cards, good grief. Get this knocked out. So quickly we go through this stuff. But oh my god, we've got all of the oh dear gods. Oh gods. Can this be, hang on a second. They can't do that quite yet anyways, so we might as well get to it. 6 pence, excellent. We'll figure out what to generate with that later. Founding parable, yep. Secret threshold. Reflugen. Reverberate, no. Wrong ink. Oh well. Oh no, we can make it. It's worth. Alright, so all that running. And this. Ah, there it is. Old moment. Thought you'd have it. Okay, so Tortoise is hungry. Yeah. First of all. Verniculate. Okay, so right. This one. Which one? Ah, this one. This desk. Based one. So right. Get in there. Ink goes there for total 8 then. That's 12 that we're going to need. Keep doing that since we're going to need it for something else later, but it's this or way longer. So, yeah. Wait, what? Oh, the book. Need the book itself, too. Silly me. Unearthed. Okay. Curia Prison Records, 1928. This is going to be nasty. Accounts by Governor Collins, private secretary of interventions and experiments in the last years of Curia Prison. Basically, he's going off his meds and doing Nazi-style experimentation on sorcerers, focusing particularly on hill children, wildwood things that have been found to shape in the physical world. So he's torturing gnomes. Great. You're an asshole. All right, let's get that knocked out. Let's see what horrors this one's going to provide. Okay, so let's get things moving, shall we? God, we went through so many soul fragments so quickly. Oh, speaking of which one are we going to regenerate? We're going to go straight for water. We're going to do something else. Honestly, it's probably our best bet. Go for it. All right. There you go. And the ink. Get back up here, even though it's not one of the big inks. It could be useful in the future. Giggle. Sigh. We'll figure something out. Great. More abandoned packages. Great. More sardines. Eh? Use those up at some point. They are considered remains. It could be useful. And Aeotic Essence. We'll make a ink out of that later. Speaking of which, remember our little formula of coffee and sunshine to make the liquid sunshine, as we call it, the Zothic. There it is. Knew we had an extra cup lying around. Okay, so let's get this in place, shall we? Sunshine, that. Which one is it? Is it this one? I think it's this one. We just need... or we need one of our lost back. Ooh. Gonna be a little bit then. But we'll get it. We'll get it. I mean, we don't even need... Are we having evil thoughts? Why am I having evil thoughts? I don't even know why I'm having evil thoughts. Anyways, Now the problem is I almost have enough with the sand, but I don't, unfortunately. Because... Ooh, that's considered... Nope. Alright. Yeah, 1 and... 1 would only be 9, so I'm going to have to wait anyways. It doesn't matter. Okay. So we will get that figured out, of course, as we always do. Get that into place. Get the packages back. Now let's look at this moving again. So, yeah. Packages go back into servants' quarters, because we only want 2 in reserve anyways. We don't want this to catch up on us. Alright, there you go. Get the fishies in the cellar, where the reserves go. Really. Got a lot of honey. Okay. That's new. I guess it's going up here in storage, because I don't know what the hell I'm going to use it for. Sure. Put that over here. Put this here. Great. We got a canvas. That's awesome. Really, it's awesome. Okay, so... Right. Get the little weirdness out the back of our head. A little... Let just flow. Yep, let's see how quickly we go through these things. Gods. Not that one, this one. And let's get our... Okay. Confusing hunch. I think. Something like that. Confounding hunch. Anyways, right. Ugh, so many skills. Curious hunch, there we go. And we're gonna need more freaking fluid. Of course we do. Always need fluid. 18 seconds for that to return. Let's get this over here. I think what we're gonna have to do is transfer a couple of honey over. Okay, so that happened. Yeah, we've got a lot of honey. Yeah, it's exclusive diet for the turtle is going to be nothing but honey. Not sure how it's going to keep them alive, but I demand it does. +1. And Glassfinger Toxin, which is not actually what I should have generated because I used... Oh, that's right. Well, trust me, I'll use this stuff. Too useful. Yeah. Okay. I think we can do this pretty quickly. 9. And yeah. I don't even need the heavy one for this, but... Gods. I feel like I'm wasting it because I've got 1 over at this point. But you know what? You know what? No, we're not wasting it because all we need is a liquid, right? Liquid that fits any of these. Let me check. Don't think the water is going to do it, which is unfortunate, but it does. Because we can put this in here. And that's not going to work. Oh, and get sand. There we go. Sand as well. Why not? Sand and water. We're gonna make these other essence out of sunlight, sand, and water, because of course we can. God, I have so many weird things I'm doing around here. Just trying to find so many different ways to be able to pull these things off. Boom. Alright then, let's see what else we can do. Put the coffee back for one thing. Alright, so coffee goes here. Alright, so Trist is up and running. Anything else we want running? We're gonna have oof. Right. Inevitably want that, but we're gonna have that for a bit. So Shapt. Yeah, we need to do Shapt. We need to get more. Yeah. Squeeze that Scout. Alright, there you go. Okay. Deep breath. Ash meal. That's what I was thinking about. That is exactly what I was thinking about. Ash meal. So we need one of these. Correct. And I think we need a water. Because we always need water. More water. More water. More water. Water is the fuel of creation. And... oh, right, too short. Yeah, we're going to be using it for something else, unfortunately. There you go. Not sure what we'll use secret threshold for, but we'll find something. It's got the one rose. We can play with that. The one rose plus the... yeah, we can work with that. We can work with that. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. We cannot let this happen. Okay, so more water or something else. We can use secret threshold with... we haven't got fat back. How soon before we get fat back? 30 seconds. We get that. Yeah, we'll have to wait on it, I think. Yeah, better we wait on it. Okay. Maybe I had a plan. Maybe I'm just free associating synchronicity. Not easy to draw our own doors, but if you're Wile E. Coyote, you can do it all you want. God, I'm dating myself with the Bugs Bunny reference. Anybody else out there remember Wile E. Coyote painting magical doorways the Roadrunner could go through? Anyways, get to this. Something called a Singlefoot, a horned mountain dweller, is brought back from some kind of embassy to the Grove of Green, which is one of the other 9 libraries. Immortals. Callers expresses irritation that Gervanessa Van Lorn refuses to assist its containment. That would be the poor bastard who had to run the library at the time. Singlefoot somehow conjures an earthquake that cracks the tower and enables it to escape. Callers determines that it should not have been permitted to dream while it kept beneath the earth. It had been access to sufficient scale aspect. Okay, hang on. The Singlefoot somehow conjures an earthquake that cracks the tower and enables it to escape. That's why you don't try to do this shit to earth elementals. Callers determines that it should not have been permitted to dream while kept beneath the earth. It had access to sufficient scale aspect to use its arts of hill and hollow to develop an old moment into an earthquake. Well, now we know what the secondary is for. Okay, so this skill we just got. Mustinson is going to be. We're going to make an earthquake name out of it. We are so going to make an earthquake name out of it. Hill and hollow. Okay. Oh god, we have things to do. Yeah. Let's get this knocked out. All right. So first things first. Let's at least get the Gonna need that in a moment. I need the dispensaries, not clear yet. But you know what? We can actually just use a freaking desk. Let's just use a freaking desk. A little messy to do it in my office, but we can do that. So meanwhile, to bed, grab the vet, grab a glass of water. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to drill more. We're going to get into the reserve pretty quickly. Okay. Working on it. Salt. Oh god, so many things to think about. First of all, is this can be done. But we need a soul bag. We can work on that. We can work on that. We can work on that. Curious hunch up and running. Excellent. Still need to feed the tortoise too. Gods, just hitting hard. Essence. Excellent. Now we're just waiting on regens, I believe. Yeah. Whoa, no. Shit. That was bad. Alright, let's get that knocked out. Don't want to waste any time. We're going to try to combine things. So furs and feathers. Use one of the talents for that. Ash meal up and running. Good to know. Alright, let's get the ash meal going. Still need to find out that one of those inks. It's got to be one of the great inks that'll do it for us. Wait a minute. suppose that would work. No. Need this. This has got 1 rose. Besides, of course, needing this soul, we would need... Both these would work. And waiting would work. That's expensive. Not super expensive, mind you. It is doable. We'll get there. There's cheaper ways of doing it. Finally. There you go. Thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Salt is making definitely dream on it. Absolutely necessary. Threshold, not so much. Gonna have to find a use for it. What could be used for it? First, need a soul fragment back. Speaking of which, there we go. Alright, so. God, we could do this right off the bat. It would be pricey, but we can do it. And the other one. Boom. Like I said, we'll get this one back sooner or later. Go for it. Could use these for a... We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Wait. We'll probably just do another belt here. Yeah, running low in cash. God, we're going through a lot of this stuff. Alright, hold on. Oh God, what else can we do with this at this point? Okay. Need to get Enduring Reflection back. Okay, so grab from Tide. We just need a single memory to put in here. Go in, but we still need to boost just another 3. That, and gonna be able to do it with the other salt sign. A little weird, but it worked. I think that's pretty much it for the day, unless we get lucky with the Hill and Hollow, but we're gonna need a skill for that. I mean, a memory for that. So I guess we'll just turn around and use it more cash with it, which is always a viable strategy. Get your basic resources, if nothing else, and then, yeah, move forward. Wings of Power is now level 3, where I want it to be. We still have a package, don't we? Okay. Yeah, it's too late to use the bed. And like I said, we may not even be lucky enough to get a night's workout. Because it's pretty freaking late. Oh well. Still gonna do it. And because it would take place of the forge one I usually use with, it's not going to be a loss. So, there you go. Boom. I paid for it. Might as well use it. Got up really early this time to help out the fishermen. So much crafting to do. Alright, and what do we have for our memory, for our weather for the day? Sunny again. Alright, I'll be back. Oh, the Grail. Summer, the Grail to greenest. Okay, and we are back. Okay, so today we have a busy day planned for us. You see, I did some quick calculations regarding the prisoner's records, 1928, we just read about how to create one of those probably a tier 3 Hill and Hollow product, which is probably like a 6-point scale memory, persistent. So yeah, we need to up our Hill and Hollow. Now we have 1 lesson remaining, and then will not be absolutely necessary to get it up. Eventually, I want to get this up to level 5, and I'll explain why when we get to that point. We also have a visitor for the day, so yeah, that's going to happen as well. But in order to bring up our Hill and Hollow, we're going to need a correct set of memories. Now, the only memories we have that are appropriate, we don't have any at all. So yeah, so what we need to do is we need to create, well, moon is probably among the easiest ones to do. So what we need, of course, salt, that of course has moon in it. Moon's egg, of course, has in it. And House lectures, yes, I believe that is intuition, which is, of course, one of the, which is, of course, the name of my series, mind you, which is getting kind of meta at this point. But yeah, we get those three together, we should be able to create the necessary combination. Now, the other thing we probably want to do is I'm probably going to have to read another book, and I went through a bit of them, and I've got a couple ideas, but I want to see about which ones are going to be, hang on a moment. I'm going to see which ones are going to be able to do so. All right. Hang on one second. Sorry about that, but yeah. Tuition, we wanted to make double sure. I don't want to, I've had some embarrassments where I have the wrong book, but yeah. So the book we're probably going to want is going to have either moon or earth in it. Now, the thing is, let's see, double check this one. Inks of Revelation. Neither. Temptations of Architecture doesn't have it either. This one, on the other hand, is the Rites of the Roots. We do not, however, have the correct language for it. Weaving and Knotwork, also not going to work. We don't have Ikpekrin, so that one's out. So yeah, we have to be more careful about which ones we're doing. Great Signs and Great Scars, also not what we need. We may actually have to purify one of the ones down here. Let's double check. Keep them as kind of a reserve. All right. This one, for example, Rites of the Roots, not going to help. It's also got the wrong language. 6 Letters of Necessity is an old one, but it's got Transformations and Liberations. Hang on. Transformations and Liberations goes... Nope, neither one. Unfortunate. I don't think either of these is going to be it. So the Transformations one, you got a lot of those, apparently. This one's the Hammer. Does not have the appropriate skill. This one. The Morphe Codex. That may or may not have it. Trismeherica does actually have it. So, can we actually fix this? Chthonic Plasma requires 7 heart. Now we can generate 3 right through here. We have a 2-point ink we just happen, synchronicity strikes again, to have created. And we are going to need an appropriate skill for removing infestations. Let's see if we can get one that actually... Sorry, Theoplasma. Let's see if we can get one that actually has heart to it. I'm not really going to be big... gonna think it's going to happen. It's nice when it does, but a lot of times it don't. All right. Look, except we just did exsanguinations. That's infestations. Is this the right one? Nope, Theoplasma. Sigh, it was too good to be true. Get the Theoplasma, looking for the skull, basically. Once I find a single one of these, I should be able to use that to track down the rest. By finding what resonates. Of course, you never can find it when you need it. Quenchings. Quenchings and Quellings works against Theoplasma and has a 2-pointer. It's also only level 2. So, 2 heart plus 3, yeah, that's more than enough. Alright, so what we need to do, first things first, let's get this into our inventory. We want to make sure, yep, that's the skill we want. So we need to run over to the desk, and let's first grab the ink. Alright, you know, these days tend to run in angles I don't perceive most of the time. There we go, 2 for there, 3 for there, and 2 for the skill will be more than enough. So we pop over to a heart-based one, throw in the ink. Throw in the affected book. Throw in Quenching and the Quellings. And the chore. Boom. Attenuate Chthonic Theoplasma. The deWolf method. Some credit to Gideon, others to Eva. No idea who. But here we go. Now that's going to produce another lesson. So let's deal with the lesson that we do have right now. We need to read 3 books, so let's get started. And we need to keep at least 1 skill in order to be able to use the less. I mean, one soul fragment of the appropriate type to use the fragment. So this one and this one we now have, of course, the low-level whist goes right here. And then we'll throw in Moon's Egg, and boom. That's that one. And last but not least, let's see about our favorite desk and using our bust right there. Our little one bust, of course. All right, boom. Now it's going to get started with the Hills and the Hollow. Meanwhile, we also have to feed the damn tortoises. They're kind of critical to this. All right, so what we need to do is we go over to the excessive amount of honey, because yes, I can feed them. Can I feed them honey? Do you require meat? You might require meat. Let's talk about this. We also have to do it before. Yeah, we need meat. Luckily, we've got a bunch of eggs. Not only one hen's eggs, mind you, but here, you can have a viper egg. I'm not making any more vipers. Unless I have a serious need for them. 2 is more than enough. All right, that will clear him, because we're going to need him for the combination of that. But we also are going to have to generate old moment by itself. Now, I believe Oral has that going. So let's snap this into place. Fost, Oral Contemplations. I believe, no, Zathok Essence, that's the wrong one. Okay, so which, Disciplines of the Scar, was that it? Yep. So we need to get a total of 10 here, and that's going to be easy as pie, because not only do we have that, we only need 2 points added through here, and that can probably be pretty easily done. For example, yeah, we just need to throw in the lights. Just this one. I like the fact that we have also the reading lamp up here. I mean, look, yeah, I mean, his... There we go. Yeah, we could have just used the elegant sunburst lamp, but frankly, the other guys just feel lonely and left out. So, yeah, here we go. I mean, I could pull it out and use the sunny for something else, but you got to use the weather anyways. That will produce the old moment, which is, we're going to, after Hush House Lecture 3, you're going to see a little bit, notice something about it. Now, we definitely need wood. So, we want to retain as many of the health ones that have already got 2 of them, all but one of them used out. So, what we're going to use is the, oh my god, how many of these do I have already out? Yeah, I need to do some flower picking too. This is going to add up. But I cannot. Ragged Crossroads. Nope. Nope. Okay, what can we use? We're gonna, yeah, Horns and Ivories. There you go. Go ahead, grab that. Yeesh. Less than I like. Of course, while we're out here, we might as well just get our 6 shillings for the day. I can't. All right, we're doing that already. Never mind. Okay, I can't even pull water at this point. I can, however, do the beach walking. All right, let's get this in place. And, of course, sea stories, because that's the most logical one. There you go. All right. I don't even think we can get any... We can, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah. None of the ones we have at the moment. All right, so we're going to be short on our nature ride, but at least let's just double check our, yeah. We need 1 more Squeeze It bottle. There you go. We see Curious Hunch. And yeah, just, you know, get that started. Back down here at the forge. Let's see. I want to get the wire and the Gervanite into place. So it should be easy enough. Grab the Gervanite. Grab Shapt. I make 6. There we grab up here. We grab the appropriate skill. Blockworks and Clockworks. And we need another 5. So this is easy enough. We just need... Actually, 5. 5 is actually a bit harder, because I still need 1 in the memory. I don't think I do. I actually would, but I don't have the appropriate persistent skill. So the question is it worth a memory? Because the memory would then put me 1 over. I don't think I have a 3. Let's hold off for now. I mean, Chronos Cord isn't super useful at the moment. I want to convert the extra 1 into it. Let's see, what would I do? Take Trist, I think. throw that in somewhere up there at the top of the tower. Add and use the appropriate skill. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Probably not going to be able to do it without it anyways. Let's grab Just Verse. Let's grab Just First. There you go. Grab up to here. Take one of the Tryst. It's got Moth, and that's the Moth desk. Let's go. Edit. Alright, so I think actually we need to think about restocking. We're down one of our Faraday lenses. And I think, just grab, we've done this before, grab Tryst, and then grab Glazeries. Faraday lens, let's get that started. And we'll hold off on the rest for the moment. Let's go see who we have for our visitor, shall we? As soon as I get back from the manual labor, I've got to reset that with the water. Reset the heart with the water so I can get the water, the pitcher of water for the day. All right, so who's next? All right. Well, there's the enduring reflection I needed. Oh well, it's an enduring reflection. I'm not worried about it. It's persistent. But should we charge up the vet again? No, we're gonna be waiting on the heart to do that. And if we wanted to do that, we've got a bunch of other possibilities as well. Deep breath. I mean, this is usually when I'm doing calculations in my head of what else I can do. I mean, all of these do have possibilities, if nothing else. So, first things first, let's actually, since that tends to be time consuming, get that started. There you go. Defeats some of the original purpose, but hey. This one, of course, will allow us to, I think, access the Gull Colony, so that might be worth it. Yep. So, yeah, after all, we're using up an egg. And some water. There you go, right by the dry side. Don't have to replace that. Let's go see what we have for water in reserve, if any. I know we've been using this stuff heavily. Yep, alright, so. Half pitcher, there you go. I said get in there. Are you not listening to me? Alright, so let's grab the water back into place, and again, give me a moment. And precarious bouncing on the kind of there. Ah, Margot Matiane, socialite, yachtswoman, and a bug named Morgon, an oculite, Ligean. She's also the one that gives us the moth ending in the Exile DLC. If we give her 7 treasures of chaos, basically the perconstants, which are objects that are unstable in their timeline. I might get into the house lecture 4. We've got time. But yeah, she's come in for a reading, and I do believe that we already have her skill for language. So she'll be giving us money. Now the question is, have I already given her the book? Because I've seen her before. Azika and Ishan, yeah, we're good here. Teresa's book will be perfect. Look, we gotta wait 2.5 seconds. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll get to you, but I'm feeding my tortoise. You know, the thing you do. Let's get her started before we get into this slog. Hello, my librarian. I have become a patron of a project so delightful. Makes you forget she's an immortal predator. That's exactly what she wants you to do. Do forget that, so you lower your guard. Alright, so, let's get that cycle through. You heard the news about Zidane, no? So sad, but happily his work remains intact. I would see it completed, and so I come to learn. This is what I need. It is always such a pity, the end of an artiste. Let us hope he did not die in vain. Yeah, I've learned that artists are usually only considered the sum of what they provide for others. Depressing. I've done quite a few of them. It's a bit much at times. Confounding parallel. Let's get that into place. Put it here. Alright. Okay. Pattern. Alright then. Salt. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. We'll get to you in a moment. Right now, I'm going to set up the Villain Hollow. All right, so tell me I've got one. Yes. But I knew I had it. Get the lesson in place. All right, you. All in place. Let's get you to level 4. Okay, well, that's done. Let's get the books back in place since my slots are all filled, because I've got so much doing at the same time here. JV goes over here, and Salt goes down here. All right. All right, so. Okay, then the Darity lens. And, of course, the problem with direct approach to theoplasmic attenuation is that we call on any of the hours, we may end up theoplasm worse than we started, so we need to go slow. It has been removed. Morphe Codex. All right, so. Written in Aramaic, we do know that, and the rest is history, as it were. All right, so. Question being, what next? All right, so I believe with the pattern, we now have the ability to grab the chronocord. All right. With that extra piece of metal we're carrying around. Pattern. Okay, so grab the glassmaker toxin we made for this. Yeah, I swear I really did make it for this. That's the fuel, and then throw in the skill. Chronocord activated for our second one. That actually, I think, is going to finish off our usual supply chain for Nock. It's only been a few days. Oh, she's happy. Can we get this done? It's only a 6 moon. Can I generate 6? Yeah, I can generate 6 moon easily. It's not the right desk, though. Eva's desk, I believe, will do it. All right, so. Okay. Good, because it's the one that will actually hold edge and... Yeah, that's about it. I meant she would be the type into edge play, of course. Skill. I think, don't we have, like... Yeah. Then... That's all I need. The Morphe Codex, a priestess of the Sisterhood of the Knot, claims to have discerned the true meaning of the Thunderskin's birth, which is good, because that's in my next lecture. Synchronicity strikes again. Here we go. Got at least one lesson out of that we're going to need for later. Speaking of which... Okay, so make sure we've got both the recharge stations going. We do. 39 and 1.09. All right, let's go. Let's get the lens back in place. I may stick a third one over by the so useful over by the toolbox here. The toolbox, the hermit cell, because definitely useful to Sky, because we have this one which is a straight up 1, we've got this one which is 3, and I will be producing a second Marbazine Fife, so we're gonna have a total of 6 in those slots. 6. You see, synchronicity sometimes shows resonance, and the number of freaking harmony as well as moon and void ones, yeah, I think that tends to be my elemental in this game, my elemental affinities, so that of harmony and harmony, silence, and potential. Anyways, bring to balance. Oh god, we got to start burning some more of these. I have too much granite and too much seaweed. All right, old moment, exactly what we need. All right, okay, so I need to wait till this. Nope. I need to wait till the other heart regenerates. Then I'll probably have enough with... Deep breath. I believe... Which one has this 2 scale in it? Give me a second. It's got 3, which is not what I'm looking for. Alright, the mackerel. The mackerel's got 2 scale because it's so damn bony. Alright. That's going to work with that, but we still need 1. We still need to wait for this to come done in 10 seconds. Meanwhile, let's just put away our goddamn seaweed collection that we have here. Hello 4. Also what I needed. Yeah, seaweed. Oh my god. Is there no additional room for seaweed? How much seaweed do we have? I can't fit it in there, and can't fit it in our usual spot here. It's insane how much seaweed we have. And as for our granite, yeah, get you down there. doing with the damn granite? Oh boy. Yeah. And this stuff is I can use it with the sculptor's bench, but it's just I'll figure something out with it. Alright then. So, what we need to do is run over to the cages, because I think we can do it from here. Alright, so Tortoise goes here. Here, have a fish. Okay, just chill. Now, I'm going to try to increase, let's get Old Moment here. That brings us up to 10. Let's get Hill and Harvey. That brings us up to 14. Health. Earthquake name. Hill and Hollow plus keeper level. Scale plus Old Moment makes Earthquake name. It's actually a moment to remember what these things are called, by the way, every now and then, simply because I become so visual in this game. It's ridiculous. Alright, so, let's get that knocked out. Took a little effort, and I'm going to increase it one more time, so I don't have to use mackerel, which isn't, I can't provide a steady ones, but I can use coffee if it's one more level of Hill and Hollow. Okay, so I'll need 4 skills this time, which I can pull off. Just, that's going to be probably next episode to get that knocked out. But we're going to find out what this is. I'm going to figure out what the heck I'm doing with everything else. All right, but yeah, we have to decide which one of these is going, and it's obviously going to be chore, because we need our water, damn it. Die. Kind of wish I could do Spintra at the till over there. But you know how it is. God, where do we put this stuff? The seaweed is just insane level of gathering here. Pause. Well, I can put you... You know what? Screw it. You are technically a flower, so adorn Our Lady's shrine. Ah. Bronze Spintra. Spintra's... yeah. Yeesh, 2 gold. This used to be a problem, remember that? Now it's the other way around. I can't find somebody to teach me the last 2 language skills I'm aware of. Okay, so that happened. Yeah. Let's, stand by. We've got 2 major projects that are still in the oven, plus, of course, we've got this one about ready to reset. Deep breath. Alright. That is now up and running. I may actually use that. Let's see, we've got a container. We might as well just take a look at it. There you go. Oh wait, pause. Now, we've already got one of the chore doing that. So, but I need to have beeswax and I need to have certain types of flowers. First of all, the moth orchid, which is only in season now. So, we take the other health to throw this in there. Hopefully we can get... I think we have enough time to do a good gathering, although we might be out at night. Such is the price for a busy day. We had a guest, after all. It's going to be my official excuse if anybody asks. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, we still have to consider... here. Okay, so pause from... I need... We'll get that back tomorrow. But yeah. Plus 3, plus 1, plus send harmony 7, plus the pipe is 10, plus... Here's 10 off the bat right away. Anyways, hang on a second. Chore. Okay, so with chore, we immediately run over and start this. That'll give us our water back. Now, do we have time for anything else? I think we have it if we're really quick about it. Do we want to do gathering or do we want to do something else? Now, the gathering... Well, we could do the... Okay, 3 Fost. I'm actually thinking out loud. 3 Fost. Okay, so we need 2, 5, 4, which is 11. 11. 2, 4, 6, 10. I'm not sure we can do that. So never mind. I'm just thinking out loud. I'll get to it eventually. But that means, which one do we want to regen? Or, we have time to do back-to-back. Let's just grab Fost, And I'll turn around and sell it again to get some actual cash. It would give us a profit for the day, at least. Nothing else, you can do that. The thing is, you start the game with a heart. You can just go back and forth like that. Spend it for 6, recharge it for 2, spend it for 6, charge it for 2. You set up your money before you even get into the major things, the major parts of the house, and then you're good. Ish. The writer credits the Red Grail, the Ring-Yu, and the Horned Axe, the 3 gods of the Sisterhood, the powers the Sisterhood reveres, by agreeing with a final treaty between the hours of the house and the hours they displaced. The House of the Sun, not Hush House, by the way. That's the Mansis. The Thunderskin loved the Yu, and the Grail destroyed him as restitution for the slaying of the Horned Axe sisters and brothers. Okay, again, I'll go over this in Hush House Lecture 4, because this is actual subject. Yes, I have confirmed that the Ring-Yu is a god from flesh. It's a really obscure thing. I managed to pull it off. The moment he managed to scrape it off of an interview with Alexis and put it into the secrethistories.net wiki, and God, that was useful. But yeah, so therefore they can have, but they're not a human god of flesh. I'll get into that. They can have desires. So the Thunderskin is a name of the Grail. The Grail, as a concept of desire, jealousy exists. Now, Grail is a primordial force. It's not rational. It just wants. That's all it is. It's desire. It wants. It wants him. He cheated on her. Ish. Grail, definitely, since it's a cosmic womb, does have to be identified as feminine. And they say it's a restitution of slaying the Horned Axe sisters and brothers, but he didn't actually do that. It is a masculine, by the way. Thunderskin. Thunderskin entered the Mansis through the Peacock Door, highest door, a privilege never given to the witch and sister, but then their merit was much less. The witch and sister got worth their own entry. The writer admits that the entry through the Peacock Door is unseemly, but insists that under the circumstances there was no other way. Do you remember all the way back when I hit the Peacock Door? I make it very clear that it's supposed to be a concept of sexual union. That's why it's unseemly. So basically, and also the Church of the Grail's up there. So it is a concept of being both consumed by the womb and then rebirthed by it, which is exactly what happened, but it was an extremely painful one as it peeled the skin off. And Dr. Aaron, by the way, the speaker for the lectures, he is a devotee of the Thunderskin as well as the Horned Axe, in that it's how he shed his reptilian skin, because he was a Naga, a hooded prince, and became human. Because remember, the Thunderskin represents the heart. The heart that is powerful enough to actually house a human form, because you require a lot of rich oxygen blood. And yeah, I've kind of gone on about this. All right, so beguiling melody and lesson. Now, that lesson will be used, but the problem is I cannot generate this, but I can, once the sun goes down, I can save this to be used as one of the ones that's got sky to be able to do so. All right. Now, let's get the vortex manipulator up and running. Okay, so yeah. Meanwhile, let's get this up with the other ones. I still have a little room left. 6, 4, or God, I have a lot of low-level ones. 6. Okay, so let's get this one over here. And I think this one's a 4, this one's 6, so we can fit it right in there. There you go. Meanwhile, cool. This is about the only way I can get dandelion wine, by the way. I can't buy it. Well, guess I'll put that in the wine cellar. I don't really use the wine cellar that often. Where is... there it is. Oh boy. Yeah, I really need to start drinking more. All right, make sure we got both the recharge stations going. Okay, excellent. All right, let's get this into its cell, because I do not like time machines that are unsecured. I don't want to wake up and find out history's been rewritten. That my mother changed, because, you know, that would be a great major difference between the two points of time for me. You know what I mean? Somebody once pointed out, was Kyle Reese the original father for, in Terminator series, for John Connor? Or did John Connor change who his father was by sending Kyle Reese back? There's actually a song about it by Goldenrod. It's a really old one. He sets it to the actual, hang on for a second. There it is. Earthquake name. It's an omen, too. Everything comes when it's called, even nightmares of trouble stone. 3 forge, 6 scale. And it is a persistent, just as I assumed it would be. Grab it. Now we have an extra persistent to keep track of. Alright, so Lost is up and running. Now, original idea. Okay, so, oof. I think we can do collecting if we're really fast, but moth orchid's the first one we need because we are completely out. Alright. You know what? You know what? I could do the whole beasting thing, but you know what? It's just unkind to leave this poor animal. Poor animal. Unfed. You can have a gull's egg. I'm just a softie. I really am just a softie. We have a silver. Gods. Silver now. Well, in a couple seconds, I'll throw in Beguiling Melody, and the next episode, the first thing we'll do is start working toward... Oh, actually, I can't. I can't use that for a Hill and Hollow. Ooh, okay, so we got stuff to do next time around. Ish. This is going to be useful, especially I'll be able to freaking use this. Just need to generate another 5, and that is very possible. Alright. Come on, come on. And the water, finally. And the water did rise, which is good in this case. Bad, I think, in the song. Or is it a hymn? Forgotten. Alright, so yeah. But, you know what? We're going to keep it anyways. I'm sure we can find something to do with it. Oh, for God's sakes. Really? You still consider this to be dusk, because, like, the moon's right there. Or does it have to be in the center? Testing. Ah, good. Are you feeling better? Excellent, because we're going to be doing this at some point again in the future. Okay, so like I said, since I can't guarantee... Look, get back in the reptile house. If you hang out by the fire, you'll feel much better as a reptile. Yeah, they aren't actually cold-blooded. It's just, like I stated before, their hearts are less efficient, which is why Dr. Peel required the sacrifice to the Thunderskin to upgrade his heart to be able to take a human form, which means the Naga, which... How do I put this? They're highly intelligent, but I'm guessing they nap a lot, considering the oxygen requirements. Alright, so... Being a biologist and an occultist is, like... strangely works so well together. Oh boy. Alright, so what do we got? Moth orchid. Good! Both slots are empty. Okay, yeah, it's like 8. It's like 4 in the morning, but I can still get a nap before the day is. And I think it's all I really need is an immortal. All right, let's go, guys. Let's get our 4 hours. Call it good. Oh boy, but yeah, we got it. I'm definitely okay. Timothy, you need to get a shovel. Thinking about how we're gonna do this. It's 1 and 2 and earth sign. No, we're using other skills. 1 and 2 and 1. That's doable. It's doable. Kind of don't want to have to use up a mackerel, though. Which is probably what I have to do. So the question is whether... Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. Who is on call? I just asked for a normie. What do I get? Barber, that's not... Here, this Rose. Okay, the barber's not going to help. So, yeah. Maybe in spring we would have gotten a miner with some scale, but I'm just thinking. I don't think we have any scale candles, do we? No, I don't even know if we can make scale candles. Do any of the plants have scale? Yeah, but you are not actually a flower. Okay, so we got clouds. That's actually going to be helpful because that's going to be one of the skills we can use to upgrade Hills and Hollow, which, like I said, once we get to that point, I can use a cup of coffee to produce Earthquake name rather than a mackerel, which will be a lot easier. I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but we're not going to use it that often anyways. Rarely require a 3 forge to waste it on, and 6, yeah. I mean, right now, we can read practically any scale book. What do we got? 1 scale book remaining, which is a 14. So 6 and 1 might be a challenge. 6, 1, oh, we're going to have 5 there, so 12 right off the bat. So we need 2 points. Or we can use our tool. Sorry, thinking out loud. We can use our... Is there a Earth ink? There is. Catwink's got 2. Bing. Right there. Catwink stuff, we don't use that often anyway. So anytime I need to read this book, we're good. This book. Nope. Get Medusa's Lament. It's actual character in the game. On the death of the hour called the Seven Coils, the father of the sun. Horns and Ivories. I actually just want to read the freaking book for the freaking book, but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with those lessons. Alright, so. Alright, got a plan for tomorrow. And we know how plans work. They work great until we have contact with any reality. So, not just the enemy. So, yeah. Gonna have to probably call the episode here. I don't know how long have I been recording. 36 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be one of the longer episodes. I mean, 3 days is coming out to be hour-and-a-half episodes now. I don't want to drop you down to 2, though. That would be unkind. So my thought is that we'll call it here. This is Fantastic Worlds Curia, letting you know the visiting hours are closed now. Please make yourselves to the exits and don't take anything with you. And of course, Husk hours are closed, and we will bid you farewell from Brancug Isle in the midst of Lovecraft Country. Like, share, subscribe as per usual, and I will see you next time.
I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.